This game is rated M for mature. It may contain blood and gore, intense violence, strong language, mature humor, nudity, strong sexual content, use of drugs and alcohol. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, welcome back to Tokyo Babel. In the last episode, Setsuna and Gethel had an absolutely epic fight. If you have not watched that episode, I highly suggest you do. It was absolutely amazing. Setsuna won, but only barely. And he basically destroyed the world that she had created. And now, back to Sarami. So, I decided to start with a scream. Get a controller sport.
ちょっと何ようるさいわね。
Lilith covered her ears, grimacing. I honestly could not care less at that moment. The scenery stretching before me was of far more importance.
うるさくもなるでしょ。その何一体全体私たちはどこにいるのよ。
Lilith flashed a smile that made her look like a cat toying with a mouse, for lack of a better expression.
あら、日本人のあなたにとっては見慣れた場所じゃないの？ああ、いや、地方出身って可能性もあるか。いいえ、残念ながらここに住んでいた気がしますよ。見た覚えがある建物がいくつもいくつも存在する。でもだからこそわからない。
I yelled at the top of my lungs.
一体東京に何があったっていうのよ。さてさて何があったのやら。私だって知りたいくらいだもの。まああなたより深い場所まで知っているのは確かよ。
An ominous smile crept onto her face.
でもあなたの意見も聞きたいかしら。
I genuinely wondered if she was trying to confuse me. Either way, I blurted out the first explanation I could think of.
第三次世界大戦が起きて人類が滅亡する。いやした。はいはい、なんだってなんだって。それではかすっただけね。じゃあもうわかんない。諦めるの早くない？当たり前でしょ。こんな常識からド外れた状況、一般人の私には荷が重すぎるわよ。一般ね。まあいっか。じゃあちょっとだけ説明してあげる。
She's very confusing. Lilith spread her arms wide, then clapped her hands together with an audible clap.
あなたたち人間の世界は滅亡が確定しました。
Well, that's a Debbie Downer. That's a bit heavy for an introduction.
天使と悪魔も状況的に滅亡間近です。天使と悪魔？
Are you guys like immortal or something?
そこで私たちは生き残った人間に望みを託すことにしました。今や打ち捨てられた世界である煉獄を使い、疑似的な人間世界を築き上げました。
Purgatory? Wait, wasn't that the place where sins were purified? I could recall something along those lines.
ここは天国でも地獄でも地上でもない天国へと至る道のり。その半端な場所に存在する狭間の世界。今は煉獄ではなく東京バベル。
Yeah, alright.
そう呼ばれているわ。
Title screen for the win.
東京バベル。なんでそんなことになったかとか、私の正体とかはおいおい話すとして、セツネたちの後を追いましょう。
Lilith took hold of my hand. I imagined she did it so I wouldn't get separated from her, but no. She actually kicked herself off the ground and took to the air. We're flying! Look at that, everybody. Woo!
ああ、大丈夫大丈夫。大丈夫って何が？
Looking over her shoulder, Lilith flashed a positively mischievous smile.
下に人間はいないから下着が見える心配はないわ。誰もそんなこと心配してないわよ。私が心配しているのは墜落死だけ。大丈夫大丈夫、根拠はないけどなんとかなるわ。根拠がないなら大丈夫じゃない。お、いたいたって何が。うわっ。
Gethel, my former sister, had wounds all over her. Had wounds all over her, clothes having been reduced to a frayed, tattered mess. The numerous burn marks pockmarking the cloth were no doubt caused by that bolt of lightning that struck her earlier. I was beyond trying to make sense of the situation. This was all too much for me.
ほんとなんでもありね、刹那は。さてと、ゲーテル。
As we landed on the ground, Lilith let go of my hand and motioned for me to stay back. She approached the girl called Gethel. The angel attempted to stagger to her feet while staring daggers at Lilith.
無理よゲテル、あなたは死ぬわ。ただの落ちた天使として全く無造作に死に果てる。
Lilith considered Gethel with a sinister smile, her gaze cold as ice.
因果応報。天使とて人間を殺戮したくなるのであれば、人間が天使を殺戮し返したとしても仕方がない。
Lilith bent down to pick up the fiendish blade resting at her
これ
feet.
あいつのでしょ。盗みはいけないわね、盗みは。あなた仮にも天使なんだから。
Gethel returned Lilith's mockery with an intense glare, her words devolving to a cry.
嫌だ。死ぬものか、死ぬものか。死ねば、私が私でなくなってしまう。仕方ないことよ。リリス、お願いリリス。何でもするから命だけは助けて。
Lilith shook her head.
それは無理よ。あなたはあらゆる規律を破った。懲罰ではなく自分の優越のために絶望を送って人を殺し、天使の武器を盗み幻影の世界に端的した。だってそれは。なぜ壊れたの？
What broke you?
死ぬ前にせめて私たちの役に立ちなさい。精神を汚染されたあなたは何を見たの？
Gethel turned pale as chalk, her lips trembling, dreading to part.
言えない。そう。言わないじゃなく、言えないのね。
Gethel's gaze shot from left to right, her body still trembling violently.
第三者からの圧力だとすると、誰になるのかしら。
A feigned laugh spilled forth from Gethel's lips as she, ignoring Lilith's question, began muttering to herself.
世界はもう進むべきじゃない。戻ることができず、進むしかないのなら立ち止まるしかない。立ち止まってそこで永遠を楽しむの？なんというか大敗的な考えね。あくまである私が言うのもなんだけど。だって進む先は滅びしかない。天国の門を開いてはならない。バベルを登って階段を見つけてはならないのよ。滅びね。でも遅かれ早かれ滅びは来るわ。だから私は幻影で楽しんでいたのに。畜生畜生畜生。
The two fell silent. Lilith turned towards Setsuna, momentarily leaving me as the only person observing Gethel. Gethel looked deep into my eyes, smiling. The near palpable wickedness of her grin made me retreat a step or two.
空見お姉ちゃん、いいものをあげる。
Lilith was trying to tell me something. Perhaps she wanted me to get out of the way. Was it just me, or did she appear visibly agitated? Oh god. Oh god. Setsuna, who had been on standby in the air, came soaring to my side immediately. Yet even with the gift of foresight, he still would have arrived late. Gethel's latched last-ditch effort at excavating revenge had been fulfilled simply by leveling her gaze on mine. And moments later, the world itself distorted before me. Jamming. Through an act of hacking, cracking, and violent, forced intrusion, my eyes ceased to be mine. I screamed at the top of my lungs, collapsing to my knees as I covered my eyes. I felt my senses ravaged by something transcending mere pain. My brain was in complete disarray, simply trying to process the sheer volume of information flooding its deepest recesses. Program status properties. System information, file information, basic component information. A violent shockwave of information shook my senses like a swarm of a myriad of insects buzzing next to my ear. Completely disregarding the fact that the others could have been watching, I messily vomited on the ground. To soon have placed a hand on my back, I appreciated the concern, but yeah, I wasn't okay at all.
ゲテル、あなたの目を移植するなんて最後の最後にひどいことをしてくれたじゃない。
Galtha responded to Lilith's word with a brittle laugh, her tone seemingly pregnant with both hatred and grief.
くぐつ空見、人間よ、見なさい、見なさい、見なさい。私が見たもの、私が感じたものをそのままくれてやるわ。大丈夫よ。最初はなかなか見えないでしょうけど、すぐに慣れて見えるから。ゲテル。
Lilith's warm, compassionate tone interrupted her. Galtha went on, her voice a miserable rattle.
いいわ、殺して。もう何も見えない。これで何も見えないならどこに行っても私でいられるはず。
What is the voice set?
いいわ、殺して。もう。
Sorry, guys. They're up high. Okay.
遺言は2つある。1つ、アモリ人に謝っておいてちょうだい。私が少し彼らに対して悪辣すぎたわ。出会えたらね。2つ目、私の死体は海へ捨ててちょうだい。オッケー、捨ててあげる。
A second later, I hear a sickening crunch. Despite still having my eyes covered, I could easily tell what had just happened. Gathel died. Someone killed her. Nothing more, nothing less.
目を開けられるかい？
やってみる。
My eyes are open to the Lord. Whoa. Opening my eyes, a series of numerical equations, as well as strings of English, Japanese, and a number of other languages I couldn't identify, flashed into my vision. However, the phenomenon lasted only a moment before subsiding. My eyesight was seemingly back to normal.
ねえ、一体私に何が起きたの？目を移植されたのよ。ゲテルの能力の一端ね。彼女は隠された事柄を司る天使。したがってその目はあらゆる存在の真実へとハッキングすることができるようになっているわ。
That's pretty nice.
あれ？それっていい
But
こ
let
と
me
じゃ
guess,
ない？
there's like a horrifying downside to all this, right?
人間の脳では耐えることのできない真実もいやおうなしに知ってしまうかもしれないけど。宣言撤回します。もうなんとかして。
Lilith merely shrugged with a playful smile, which kind of pissed me off, honestly.
しかし記憶を消してから戻してあげようかとも思ったけど、そういうわけにはいかなくなったわね。
Why? Why can't you send me back?
返してくれないなら何もかも知ってる限りのことを洗いざらい話してくれた方がいい。
リリス、私はゲテルを運ぶことにする。
He's gonna take her to the ocean, aka a dumpster in one of the alleys.
ああ、待って、それなら一緒に彼女も連れて行くわ。この世界の果てを見せておいた方がいい。
Setsuna directed his gaze at me, his expression. It wasn't possible to read. What was going on in that head of his?
了解。
He picked up Gethel's body with a sigh as Lilith took me by the arm and up into the air.
銀座だ。
The cityscape was in shambles, its buildings worn down beyond repair.
ねえ、銀座ね。これで無事この階層が解放されたわ。まったく、一番最初のクエストでこれよ。ほら、何か聞きたそうね。
Yeah?
何かある？
I shook my head.
とりあえず些細なことはあまり考えないようにした。後でゆっくり説明してくれるんじゃないかなと期待してる。
察しが良くて助かるわ。というか、あなた割とたくましいわね。
鍛えられたの。
The last couple of hours or so seemed to have toughened me up quite a bit, truth be told.
着いたわよ。
We landed in the middle of a large road with no particular distinguishing features. I mean, aside from it being in complete ruins.
ちょっと待って、パージの許可をもらうから。
Purge. Purge? Lilith whipped out a rotary phone in the middle of the road and began noisily dialing on the ancient thing.
東京バベルの外壁を一部外すらしい。彼女を海に捨てるために。
あ、本当に落とすんだ。物理的に。
Setsuna nodded, his expression as serious as I'd ever seen it.
物理的に。最後の願いなら叶えてあげなくては。
はいはーい。じゃあ待ってるからよろしく。
Lilith slammed the receiver down as I washed on in a daze, loitering around the surrounding area. Moments passed and I found myself awakened to the oddness of the scenery around me. My newly acquired eyes easily discerned and saw through its
リ
deception.
リス、これひょっとして
Looping.
背景がループしてる？
ああ、よくわかったわね。ここから先は何もないわ。言ってしまえば昔のゲームと同じよ。リアルでどこまでも突き抜けられそうだけど。
Lilith extended a hand, smiling. She really did appear to be having fun, huh?
絶対にここから先にたどり着くことはない。絶対にね。
へえ、リアルにしか見えんわこれ。
I abruptly stuck out my hand and then glanced over my shoulder, half expecting to see it in the far distance behind me. No such luck, though. Yeah, knew I shouldn't have had my hopes up.
こらこら遊ばない。あと来た来た。
As Lilith cast her gaze, so did I, spotting an odd-looking creature, a bird perhaps, flying our way into the horizon. What awaits us, I wonder, in Tokyo Babel? Find out next time. Take it easy, everybody.